G'day guys and welcome to Redemption Tackle. Tonight we're going to talk about crayfish. About 80% of the people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, and it would be awesome if we could crack the 1,000 subs before 2021. So if you aren't subscribed and you enjoy the content, consider hitting that sub button. Alright, so let's get into tonight's topic, crayfish. In particular, the tips, tricks and secrets no one shares with the general public. We all know that wooden pots catch way better than plastic pots on average. And on top of that, the pine pots work a lot better on the whites run than jarrah pots do. So try to purchase good quality pine pots for the whites run, which starts roughly at the end of October and beginning of November each year. So let's quickly discuss what a white crayfish is. Well, it's no different to a red crayfish. All that's happened is the crayfish has molted its shell and is now preparing for its long journey west to the continental shelf to spawn. So why would a crayfish need to change its shell prior to walking in excess of 60 plus kilometers to the continental shelf to spawn, when their red shell is when they are their hardest and most protected? Well, it's simple, camouflage. While there are large areas of reef plateaus between the shallows and the shelf, there is 10 times the amount of vast empty sand, so becoming a white crayfish allows them to blend in slightly better with the sandy floor. Also, red is the first colour to disappear in the light spectrum, and crayfish below 30 metres essentially appear brown to black, sticking out like a sore thumb on a white sandy bottom to any would-be predators. So this is where the pine pot has the advantage. As the crayfish march over the acres of sandy bottom, any structure that may offer a slight safe stop to rest on their huge adventure will attract the crayfish. A cray pot that resembles the similar light coloration as themselves allows them to blend in better, and they will feel safer. An extra bonus for the crayfish is that the pot is normally loaded with an easy meal. So to start off each whites run, set your pine pots about 1 metre from an edge of reef, preferably near a point or hollow edge in the reef. So you want to set on the east side of the reef near the hollowed out point, or near the hollowed out area of the reef, or set your pot on the west side of the reef just off the point. The reason behind this is that crayfish will gather in large numbers on any point or hollow in the reef in preparation to march. This is because it edges them closer to their destination without leaving them exposed to predators. Sometimes that point can literally be 1 metre further out than the surrounding reef ledge, and that point will produce up to 10 times the amount of crayfish as the surrounding 30 metres of reef edge, which is why it's important to not drop your pots close to other people's pots, especially if there is a point in the reef. They will continue to catch while you have low numbers coming over the side. Shift further down the reef and find your own point or hollow in the reef to produce the best results. So back to the pots. 2 bait baskets are better than 1, so you can alternate the bait and replace with fresh oily bait every second day. Blue mackerel are my preferred favourite. When pulling your pots, if you are catching crays, you want to put that pot back in the exact same spot. This makes a huge difference in the sand. Not so much when chasing the red crays on the reef, but we'll talk about that in a future video. The crays like to back up against your pine pots for defence, and then will move into it at night to feed. If you put your pot as close as possible to where you pulled your pot originally, those crays that didn't make it into your pot that night before will go into that pot the following night. Try to pull your pots every day when safe to do so, and when the crays start moving, to keep bait fresh and remove enough crays for the next lot to get in. It only takes a little more time in rough weather, but your catch rate will stay above everyone else that hasn't refreshed their bait. Also, the amount of bait in your pots is a direct correlation to your catch. More bait equals more crays. You will have to compete with a lot of other pots in the reef. If your pot is an all-you-can-eat buffet, the pot 10 metres away just may be, and the crayfish will go to the biggest dinner on offer. As the crays migrate west, move out with them to the next reef ledge. If you're getting your quota from 3 pots and you have 3 people on board, move the other 3 pots out further to the next reef edge in preparation for the crays as they're walking west to catch them in that pot. Repeat the process with the first 3 pots and you'll follow them as they migrate west. If you stay in front of them slightly, you will catch consistent good numbers. So like I said, the crays will hang with the pot that was there the night before, or the one on that spot. They won't move too far away from where they feel comfortable. If one pot doesn't catch, keep it on board with fresh bait, and when one does catch, you can drop your freshly baited pot straight back into that spot, allowing you to then move the pot that you just pulled out a bit further to continue to catch the migrating crayfish. Most importantly, guys, have fun, be safe, and trying to lose your cool at the boat ramp. It will get insanely busy as we move into the Christmas school holidays. I hope you enjoy the video, guys. It's a short one, but it's packed with information that I'm sure you guys can use to help increase your catch. Give the video a thumbs up, hit the sub button, and I'll catch you on the next fishing adventure. Cheers.